Wow, I find this to be so meaningful. Oh, editing this is gonna be the worst time of my life, isn't it? Hi there!
Hello
What?
there. Hello.
So I had an idea. I'm someone who enjoys talking about art in general. I like kind of breaking down and analyzing a lot of stuff in writing and music and TV shows and movies and all that, right? But there is a concept such as over-analyzing, when it is that people attribute meaning to something where there's not really any. And hell, I've been an accomplice in doing that as well before. I figured it would be an interesting idea of looking at stuff that supposedly has no meaning whatsoever and then trying to see what kind of meaning I can pull out of it. So like drastically overanalyze stuff, right? I've gotten a low selection of party songs. See if I can, maybe I can learn a thing or two. Maybe there is some meaning over there that hasn't been explored before. Or maybe I'm just gonna sound super pretentious and like a proper neek, isn't it? So I figured I'd have a peek at some of the more, you know, easily digestible songs and see if I'm gonna be able to pull out some sort of meaning out of them. Actually, maybe I should try and get into character of an art professional. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Hello. I am an art specialist, analyst, professional. My name is Arthur, but you can call me Arth. Oh, editing this is gonna be the worst time of my life, isn't it? So we're gonna be enjoying some high quality art. And we're also gonna be enjoying a lovely glass of Rocken Roots Tempranillo Shiraz. Oh, this is also perfect when I have a pinky ring. I just look even more like a twat, don't I? Wow, I find this to be so meaningful. I'm getting the feeling that since they're repeating around the world over and over, that speaks magnitudes of, like, how wide this message spreads. You can kind of connect this to Daft Punk spreading the message of encouraging people to go around the world and kind of like experience different cultures and different people and different gender. Just so you know, guys, I hate myself so much right now. Okay, no, you know what? I'm gonna stay in character. It's so interesting because the importance of actually traveling and experiencing the world all over is something that a lot of people, especially in America, don't really do that much. People don't really go outside of their home to try and experience other parts of the world. That's why Daft Punk feel the need to repeat this line over and over to make sure that people understand it. And it's also super interesting because when you repeat it, that also signifies a sense of rotation and it's kind of coming around and around. Almost as if this is a timeless message that they need to get across and it's just looping around the world. The message of around the world is just looping around and around the world over and over again. So now we have a song called Losing It by Fisher. Wow. That is so profound. So it's interesting when it is that we hear this, you can almost feel like the instrumentals is someone trying to hold on to this ball of energy, and every now and then we get like build-ups that just flatten out again and build up and flattening out again, almost as if someone is trying to like contain it a little bit. Then at one point it builds up and she says, I'm losing it, and then it goes off, almost as if she's not really able to contain this energy and she loses it and it runs up. But this is also then speaking about the climate of partying, because when you are at a place like that and the music builds up, then all of us become just these brainless, animalistic party creatures, and we are literally losing our minds from it. She's really communicating a sense of urgency since she decided to say I'm losing it instead of I am losing it. The shortening of combining I and am to I'm is really something that communicates the urgency of the situation. But it's also interesting because this, I feel like, is a commentary on the fishing industry, because the artist's name is Fisher and one of their biggest songs is called I'm Losing It. which is talking about that the world is changing so drastically from the landscape of fishing in our oceans, and they are losing the welfare of the environment and the well-being of planet Earth. Planet Earth. Oh, fuck's sake. There are people out there in the world like this, you know? There's actually people that go around and talk like this. Alright. Classic. Absolute classic. Sometimes you just get good feelings. It's ultimately a contradictory statement because she says, oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. But then she says, a good feeling like I've never ever had before. So if you've never had it before, then you can't have it sometimes because it's your first time you've had that feeling. But this is also a little bit of a commentary on mental health, because when it is that people feel bad, then sometimes they might get good feelings, but it's also a feeling that they've never had before, because I just don't feel happiness, you know.
What on earth are you on about?
Because, Avicii himself also struggled with... Okay, I'm not gonna go there. Sometimes I get a good feeling. And then she takes a little pause and says, yeah. Because when it is that you feel sad and you say, sometimes I get a good feeling, then you get those judging eyes of people not believing you. And you have to tell them, yeah, that is what I'm feeling. Wow. You know the expression, less is more. I feel like they're expressing so much with their lyrics over here because they just say tequila. This, I think, is commentary on what nightlife can be like in the world, because a lot of people like to experience different kinds of drinks like wine or beer or whiskey or margarita, but some people just enjoy tequila. But also he says it a total of 3 times, and I think that's an indication of him communicating how much you need to be intoxicated, which is 3 shots of tequila. But to be honest, I also think that this might have something to do with the tequila industry, because they built up this song where it is that it has a very catchy melody that a lot of people like to sing along to in clubs or bars or something like that, and then everybody always at the same time scream tequila, and then people think that it's kind of funny that they're playing the song tequila, so they're like, okay, we have to take tequila shots now. So I feel like it was a very deliberate choice by the tequila industry to make us think that tequila is what you want when this song plays. Fuck, that actually makes sense though. It actually makes sense, that this might be just a giant marketing strat for the tequila brand. That is not impossible, Fuck, I actually forgot how banging this song is. This riff is crazy, The lyrics here is very interesting because it starts off with work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. What they're trying to say here is that if you work and you make money, and if you do that, then that makes us harder, better, faster, and stronger. I think that's Daft Punk trying to do just one sentence to explain life. And if you stick to it and stay consistent with it, then that makes you harder, like a tougher person, makes you better at whatever you do, also faster, so that you do the work faster, but also running faster, if that's something that's evolved in your field of work. Then they say hour, never, ever, after. Daft Punk here is very clearly trying to name a few different pretenses and different ways to define time. It eventually can be that you yourself become a machine. And what do Daft Punk's characters look like? Robots. Even though they're saying so many different stuff, it's also because they decided to include harder, better, faster, stronger in the title. Because in the lyrics they're exploring a lot of ups and downs of life, but they chose to focus on the positive things in the actual title. I was about to drink from my phone, but... Wow, that's just really profound. The way that he says that he's waiting in the car and waiting for a ride home. It's like it's someone who is in a car in the city and he feels kind of alone, doesn't have anyone to explore the city with. So that's why he's waiting in the car, waiting for a ride home, so someone to go and explore with. Because as he says, at night the city grows. So maybe this is an instance of when he doesn't go out during night. He's only seen the city during the day, so now the city has all of a sudden grown a lot, so then he wants to explore it with someone else. He says, look at the horizon glow, because normally a horizon does not glow, and now the horizon glows. But this can also be a darker commentary on like society, because like at night the city grows, because in the shade of darkness a lot of people do stuff that they maybe wouldn't do during daytime.
I know what you're saying. You're so smart.
With Hit the Road Jack, I think they're talking about someone who should like hit the road and leave. Since it is that she says no more 4 times, it can also be a wordplay of no more, as in he should have more knowledge. So maybe she's telling him to go away because he's like too stupid. So it's like, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back until you know more, no more, no more, no more. It's like a very clever wordplay.
I can't watch anymore.
He keeps repeating, right about now, the funk soul brother. Check it out now, the funk soul brother. So I think this is Fatboy Slim trying to use his celebrity lifestyle and his celebrity status, try and bring attention to the people who maybe don't have the same accolades like he does. So in this case, it might be this funk soul brother, you know? Since funk and soul are music genres that have ultimately come out of black culture, that now when he's saying like, check it out now, that's him trying to be like, let's embrace the other cultures within music lifestyle and let's like end racism.
Oh god, I hate myself sometimes, don't I?
That was some of my breakdowns of some songs and giving some insight into music writing.
I never, ever, ever want to feel like this again. I fucking hate myself. God. There's some people out there like that, you know? There's some people that actually, like, talks like this unironically. I'm thinking, like, in an alternate universe, someone is just like, damn, he's coming with such profound insight. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for enduring this try not to cringe challenge. Yeah. Cheers.
These fries are unequivocally fucking busted.
Unequivocally fucking bad.
We can go to his skin tone and we can make him green.
Oh my god!
Now he's green! Oh, yeah, sure.
Dude, there are so many elements to the production of this that's beautiful.
Ong.
Are you the Avatar, Ong?